What is up, guys? It has been quite a while. So, off the back, I will be addressing the elephant in the room. That is, if you are one of the people that are watching this on the what was the In-Btwn Sets podcast channel, that podcast is no more. And that's the first thing we'll be addressing, the cancellation of the podcast. Now, this was a mutual arrangement between Gabe and I, and he initiated the parting of ways because he wanted to focus more on his business and everything he has going on his own. And I completely agreed with it, completely respected his decision. And to be honest, I held hope that eventually we would link back up and hit the ground running again, but that didn't happen. And the channel, as you know, has sat idle for months. I attempted to have a phone call with Gabe to discuss my intentions to take over the YouTube channel and the Instagram, and that phone call never happened. So I initiated it, and now there is no more In-Btwn Sets podcast, and what is here is Jesus V Unscripted, and I am very, very excited for what's to come on this new channel because it's really going to allow me to get out of the scope of fitness. If you are one of my followers on the Jesus V channel, as you notice, every video is not like the other, and there's been many times where I would try to experiment with that channel and go out of the scope of fitness. As a matter of fact, my most viewed video on the Jesus V YouTube channel is asking people who they're gonna vote for in the last presidential election, and that has nothing to do with fitness. So I already had that urge to make content outside of fitness commentary. I want to have deep discussions. I want to discuss current events. Why are things happening the way they're happening? I want to address current New York City mayoral election. I want to address the government shutdown and people not getting their food stamps and how that's going to impact people on the ground. These are all things that I really can't do on a fitness channel because I'm held back to the genre and the algorithm. So from here going forward on Jesus V Unscripted, formerly known as the In-Btwn Sets YouTube and Instagram, there will be nothing, absolutely nothing fitness related. Anything and all things fitness related you will exclusively find on Jesus V. That means that if you're a follower of Jesus V, all you're gonna get is fitness on there, fitness tutorials, how-tos. I'm gonna go back to the basics on fitness and really just go deep dives on fitness. So that will allow me to stick to my profession, but while also scratching the itch of these other topics and discussions I want to have. So what should you expect coming from this new Jesus V Unscripted channel? So I want to discuss topics like politics. You can expect to see my cameraman, DU Films, come into the fold. He's going to be sharing his opinions. You can expect to see the same style of video where we're discussing topics at hand, giving people on the streets a platform to share their opinions, and then me doing a deep dive, sharing what I think on the matter, and trying to analyze what's the general consensus of people on the streets. And it's going to be everything from current events to politics to hot topics. I really want to focus on topics that affect people's lives and impact how people live on a day-to-day. And I want to try to provide a more moderate perspective because I have a very unique background in that I grew up very, very liberal, and I grew up in the hood. I'm a minority, yet I did pull up myself by my bootstraps. I did eventually go to college. I did get a bachelor's degree, and as I've gotten older, I've become more and more conservative. but yet I still have that empathy for people that struggle. I feel a lot of the content that you see is very hyperbolic, and the way that it's delivered, even if it's facts being provided, it gets under the skin of people. And I think I have a pretty easygoing personality where I can provide the truth, discuss the truth, question lies without being a dick, basically. So that's what you have to look for. I don't know where this is going to go. We're going to be doing live streams. We're going to be on the streets. We're going to be doing podcast style videos. We're going to have guests. I'm really hoping that this is the next level, because fitness is great, but I've been doing that for so long that I'm really ready to take a new deep dive into this new scope. And like I said, my most viewed video is a political video, so who knows what kind of community we can build. And I encourage all of you to follow this new channel and join me on this journey. The last thing I want to say is, if you are someone who is currently following me on Jesus V or Call Me Mr. V, I encourage you to follow this new channel, because you're going to get to know me on a more personal level. You're going to get to see what I think about my politics. You're going to get to see what I think on current issues. You're not going to get any of that on Jesus V. Jesus V is going to be exclusively fitness. So if you're following me for me and you want to get to know me better, Jesus V Unscripted is where you're going to want to be. That's really it. Short video. I loved my experience with Gabe doing In-Btwn Sets. I loved the idea of bringing up topics and then going back and having the discussion, so much so that I'm going to keep that model. I'm going to keep that model with this new thing where I still do videos where I go out and I discuss with the public a topic, and then I come back and have a final thought on the matter. So that will be my little tip of the hat to In-Btwn Sets. I'm really excited to do this. There's a lot happening in society. There's a lot happening in the world. And I want to be a fresh, moderate perspective. I see the left and I see the right, and I see how hyperbolic and clickbaity like videos are, and that's not what I want to be. I really want to get to the bottom of things. I really want to see what people think. I really want to challenge people's frame of thought, and I want to have my frame of thought challenged. I want to have my ideas challenged, because, you know, if there's a better alternative for doing anything as a human being, I want to find it. So that's really it. I want to thank any and all of you that have supported me on both channels, and I look forward to making content on both of these channels. I haven't developed the closing for Jesus V Unscripted, but thank you for everything. Keep following for more. We'll be posting a video very, very soon. Peace.